Is Hoda Muthana, the 20-year-old who left America to join ISIS,
If I could take it back, I would do it in a heartbeat, you know?
returning to the US?
Hoda Muthana was born in New Jersey, but she was raised in Alabama.
Quick recap. We went out to visit northeast Syria to find the women and girls who left their homes to join ISIS. Whilst there, I met Hoda. After about 4 days of speaking and getting to know each other a bit, she agreed to do an interview. You can watch the full thing on our YouTube, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to cut the long story short. Hoda says she regrets joining ISIS at 20,
Of course I regret coming here.
that she was groomed online by the terrorist organisation.
I was convinced that way.
And after leaving the group, she asked to go back to America.
If I need to sit in prison and do my time, I will do it, you know? I won't fight against it.
When Hoda asked to return to the US, she was told no. Not because she might have joined a terrorist organisation. America actually takes those people back and puts them through the justice process. But because she was told she wasn't an American. Okay, right. This is when it gets complicated, and it's all to do with citizenship. Whether or not you belong to a country. I'm not going to go into this completely, but this is what you need to know. If you're born in America, you get automatic birthright citizenship. You're an American. Now, Hoda was born in the US. She was given 2 passports, birth certificates. You get the point.
I didn't think it was possible because, you know, growing up, you always thought you were a citizen.
But her dad's job was one of the few jobs that didn't allow her to get automatic citizenship. Still following? So a low-level court ruled that she was never a citizen, meaning she was never American. And this is what it comes down to. A tiny legal detail, either making her a citizen or not.
I'm Christina Jump, and I represent Hoda Muthana, as well as her father and her young son.
Christina says citizenship can't be changed by a low-level court. And actually,
The government needs to file its own lawsuit and brings the lawsuit against, in this case, hypothetically, that would be Hoda Muthana, seeking to revoke her citizenship and explaining why.
so Hoda's legal team are basically saying the US government need to prove that her 2 passports were issued wrongly and that she was never actually an American citizen. But did the government have to reply? Can they not just ignore her?
They cannot ignore it. They may delay it, but they cannot ignore it. United States citizens have rights. They have rights to their citizenship and to prove their citizenship status.
So why are they doing this now? Again, I'm not going to bore you with the details, but it comes down to a tiny line in a government legal brief. And then it goes on to say how Hoda can try and establish her citizenship. And they've now filed the papers to start this process. So when I went out to Syria last year, I asked Hoda what was it like being told that she wasn't an American.
I've been through a lot of horrible things in my life. One of the worst feelings I've ever had was someone telling me I wasn't an American citizen. And that broke me completely. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit emotional.
What is interesting about all of this is that it is America's policy to bring back suspected ISIS members.
I'm Maya Foa, I'm the Joint Executive Director here at Reprieve.
A charity which say they defend marginalised people.
It's absurd that they haven't brought Hoda Muthana and her young son home to America. She grew up there. It's the only country she's known. She is an American citizen, and of course she should be brought back in line with everybody else and the policy the US government is seeking to promote.
I mean, it's true. The American government do bring back people and put them through the justice process. So why is Hoda any different?
I think her case became politicized because then President Donald Trump tweeted about her at one point. So the moment you end up in the public eye like that and America, by way of its president, takes a position against you, it's quite hard for an administration to go back on that. I would not be surprised if officials in the US administration regret what's happened here.
Okay, so we've just heard back from the US Department of State, and they've said Hoda Muthana is not a US citizen. She is not and never was a US citizen. So, unless the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court, ever decides to hear this case, this remains a political decision. And it doesn't look like much will change for Hoda and her young son, who will probably remain in the prison camp. Last thing though, I did ask Hoda's lawyer what she would say to President Biden, who might, or probably won't, be watching this.
Do the right thing. You know what it is.
Okay, sorry, no, this really is the last thing now. So I went to Hoda's lawyer and told her what the US government said, and she said this isn't over, and she looks forward to the legal battle in the proper forum. We'll keep you updated with any of those updates though, and if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching through. And if you're wondering why we would ever repatriate people who joined ISIS, there's a video about that on our YouTube channel. Please do like and subscribe to keep up with everything we're doing. And thank you to Christina and Maya for taking part and giving their time to explain this very complicated issue.